everyone! I really love drugstore, high street makeup, whatever you want to call it. There's some brilliant products out there that I just really wanted to share what my favourites are, and I would love you to comment down below telling me what your favourite drugstore products are, just so I can try them out and maybe you could try some of the ones that I've got, because it's all good to try new things and share what we think are good. There's quite a few products here and that I've picked them all because they are all ones that are a staple in my makeup collection. They are just ones that I really feel that I don't need to go and get a higher end brand of, because they work fantastically well as they are, really. And a lot of them are ones that I wear every day. I'm going to start off with the face products. Okay, so I've got two drugstore foundations which I think are incredible. The first one is my trusty, you'll know what this is, my Boujois 123 Perfect Foundation. The colour is incredible. I have number 51, which is vanilla. Oh no, that's the French. Light vanilla. This is such a good colour for me because I am very pale, as you can tell. But there, this is really good. It blends lovely, it doesn't dry too quickly, and I actually prefer this to some of the high-end brands that I have. And the next one is the MaxFactor 3-in-1 Facefinity, and this has a built-in primer and concealer. This is really good, and it is the same as the CoverGirl 3-in-1, which I know a lot of people in Britain really want, but they're both made by P&G, and it is technically the same thing, but just different. Yeah. But this is really nice, gives a really nice coverage, makes your skin look really glowing, and definitely is a staple in my makeup case, and it's from the drugstore and it's really cheap, so yay! I also have two, no that's four. I also have two drugstore powders that I use. This is my most commonly used, and I've purchased this I don't even know how many times. It is incredible. It is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I have this transparent one, and this is so good. It sets your makeup, it really does last long, it controls shine, and it's just fantastic, and it's only $3.99. I mean, really? It's so good for that money. I've had other powders which I don't like as much, which are kind of more expensive drugstore brands like Revlon and Maybelline, but honestly always go back to this one. It is so good and definitely the best powder that I've used. The second one is a slightly thicker powder, or a heavier powder, and it is by MaxFactor, and it is the Facefinity Compact, and I have this in porcelain, and I've hit pan on it and lost the sponge. But it's just like this, and it is a powder foundation, so it is a heavier coverage, but it is really nice. Again, it controls shine and kind of oiliness of your skin. Really like this. So this is definitely another staple from the drugstore, which is fantastic, and it comes in this really cute, like, compact with the mirror and everything. The only thing is, which I have said before, is that you can't just buy this bit that I'm aware of, which seems so silly because you don't want to keep buying this. So if any of you know, then let me know, but yeah. I have one bronzer, which is from Bourjois, and this is the... I think it's called bronzing powder filled with sunshine. Doesn't that sound nice? Anyway, it's just like this, and it even kind of looks like chocolate. It smells like chocolate orange, I've said that before. That's not the only reason I love this. It is really good as well, and it has a very small amount of glitter in there, so it's not too much. Really good. I have it on now, wear it nearly every day, and it lasts a really long time as well, which I'm really happy with. And it's so cheap, and it is, I have about 3 or 4 bronzers, and this one I wear every day. I don't feel the need to go out and have a look for a high-end one, because this one is just fantastic and does the job. I have 3 blushes. I am definitely a blush girl. Oh my goodness, what can I say? The e.l.f. ones are fantastic, and they are £3. £3. This is the e.l.f. Studio line, and I have this one in Tickled Pink, and I've worn this for years. It has this really cute case with the mirror, and it's just like that. Really nice, natural colour. It lasts a reasonably long time. The e.l.f. blushes, if you haven't tried them, I definitely recommend them. They are fantastic. So I'd go and give them a go. And my second one is trusty old Rimmel, and this is the Lasting Finish Soft Colour in Pink Rose. How nice is that name? And this one, I've mentioned this, I think it was in a favourites video before. This is kind of like a highlighter and blush all in one, and it looks a bit manky because it's kind of been used quite a lot. But it's just like that, such a gorgeous colour. I've used this so much, and definitely recommend trying this. Just wonderful. The third one I actually picked up in TK Maxx, and I thought it was a blusher, and then I got it home and realised it was an eyeshadow. But I tried it anyway, and it's really, really good. So it just shows that things from the drugstore can be really diverse as well. You don't need to use them for their specific purpose. And it's this one. It's in number 15. It hasn't got a name, but it is part of their eyeshadow range. It's just like it's got this really cute case, and I have got a blog post on this because it is so similar to my Chanel blush. It's uncanny. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at the eyeshadows that they do, because they could have a blush shade which is perfect for you. So yeah, good old Bourjois. They are my 3 must-have blushes from the drugstore. Do you ever find the more you say a word, the weirder it sounds? That just happened. I've got concealers next, bit of a funny order because they are at the end of my pile. But there we go. I have the Rimmel Match Perfection. As you'll see, Rimmel features in nearly every category actually, because they're such a good brand and it's so cheap and it's just wonderful. And this is my Match Perfection 2-in-1 highlighter and concealer. Love this stuff. As you can see, it's really flat, it's really empty. I need to get another one. It's never far away from me. Really good for under your eyes and kind of down your nose and forehead. I wouldn't use it when you've got a blemish or a spot, because it will just highlight it and draw more attention to it. Like, hey, look at me, I have a spot. You don't want me here, but I'm here anyway. Yeah. But yeah, this is really good. Love it. It's got a brush applicator, which I really, really like. And I actually preferred this to my Touche Éclat, which I think that's saying something, because I love a bargain. If I can get the same, what's it called? End result. If I can get the same finish with a drugstore brand, then I'll definitely go with the drugstore brand, because I save myself about 20 quid. Yeah. And next is, you can't even tell what it is anymore. Guess, because it hasn't got a name on it. Rubbed off. It's the Collection Lasting Finish, Lasting Colour. I don't even know anymore. Oh, how sad. But this is really good. I've got it in number 2, which is medium cool, and it's got a sponge applicator like that. Really like this. The coverage is fantastic. There's been so much hype about it on YouTube, and it really is as good as they say. I think Collection have played on it because it's now gone up to about £4.50, but it's still really, really good for what it is. I can't complain at that. If you haven't tried this, definitely recommend it. It's one of the best drugstore concealers that I own, and I use it nearly every day. Who am I kidding? I use it every day. Brilliant. I think I need a lipstick break. Next up are my top drugstore eyeshadows. Now, I love me some eyeshadows, and as you'll know, I am a huge fan of Urban Decay, and they have some amazing colours, and to be honest, they are the ones I use most days, but there are some exceptions that I think are incredible from the drugstore. I actually have 2 of these. Here's the other one, and they are the Boujouis Smoky Eye little mini palettes, and I mainly use the pink one because the colours are just a little bit more me. I love my pinks, and they're just like that. You've got kind of the all over colour, the highlighter and the darker crease colour, and these are just so good. They're baked as well, which I really like in an eyeshadow because they just last so much longer, and they're just lovely shimmery colours. They stay on, and I like the fact that on the back it's got kind of a little tip of how you could apply them for a smoky eye look, which I really like. They are called smoky eyes, but obviously they don't have to be. I wore this one a lot. This is quite old now, and you can see how much is still in there. It's so good. But I wore this one a lot, and it is so good, and I love it. Both of these. Fantastic. Next up we have a Boujois eyeshadow, and this time I'm actually using it as an eyeshadow. I know. And this is a really nice highlighter colour, or I just use this on kind of a daily basis if I want kind of a natural look but I want to wear eyeliner, because I often find that my eyeliner transfers because I have quite greasy eyelids. So I just apply this, and it really makes my eyes just pop and stops my eyeliner transferring. And my last one, because Rimmel of course has to feature, is the Rimmel Glam Eyes in number 130 Tribute. This is a really, really nice crease colour. It's just like that. It's got a nice bit of shimmer to it. It's a really nice kind of purpley pink, and it really reminds me of Hustle from Urban Decay. Really like this. It's definitely a dupe for that, and if you haven't tried it, I'd definitely try and pick it up because they are only about £2 or £3. I have one top drugstore eyeliner, and that is the liner Feutre from Boujois. Why do they have to call them everything French? Because I can't say it. And this is a felt tip eyeliner. I have it on today. It's really good. The only thing I will say is that once you've used it for a while, the tip does kind of start to fray, so you can't get as such a precise wing. But apart from that, so black, lasts all day, brilliant, definitely worth a try. And I also have one eyebrow product from the drugstore which I have repurchased 100 times, and as you can see I'm about to repurchase it again because it is really tiny. And this is the Rimmel brow pencil in Hazel. And it's just like that. You've got your little brush on the end, which I can't say I use that often because I use a different one. But this is really good. I haven't felt the need to go and have a look for a higher end alternative because this does exactly what it says. I don't need to fill in my brows too much because they're not too sparse, it's just when they're covered in foundation and I don't want them to look silly. Next up is my top mascara, and this is the MaxFactor False Lash Effect. I really like this. This is just the ordinary one. I know that they've come out with a few different variations and limited edition ones, but this is the best one that I've tried. It's got this really fat brush, and I don't normally like plastic brushes, but this one is really good and it just makes your lashes look so long and it separates them really nicely. And yeah, haven't got a bad thing to say about this mascara. I've used it for years. Not the same one, obviously. Although it does look like it because it looks a bit beat up. But yeah, this is really good. And if you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend giving it a go. And lastly, we are on to my top lip products. And this is the section where I have most things. I love lip colour because it just changes your look up without having to try too hard. And first one is just a chapstick because everybody's a chapstick, and I did really want to try the Dior Creme de Rose, but that's a really expensive lip balm, let's face it, so good old chapstick, let's stick with that. And next I've got two kind of long lasting lip colours, and the first one is the Rimmel Apocolips, and this is in shade 500 Lunar, and this is what I have on my lips today. It's really nice, it's kind of a peachy orangey nude lip colour, and they do last reasonably long, but I do find that it kind of starts to get a bit sticky just around the edge, but really good, and this is one that I wear quite a lot. And next up, I wear this all the time in the winter, definitely a fantastic lip gloss, and this is the Maybelline 10 Hour Tint Gloss, and this is in colour, I don't know, it's rubbed off, I'll put it down below. And it has this really cute heart-shaped brush, and the only thing is it smells a bit funny, but they really do last such a long time. I've used these for ages. I've got them in two different colours, but this redder one is definitely my favourite. And if you're looking for a long lasting tint gloss, I'd definitely have a look at Maybelline before you go to any high-end stores because this one is fantastic. And yeah. Next up, I've got two Maybelline lipsticks, and one of them is in the colour Sensational range and the other one is in the Popstick range. The first one is in 906, this is Hot Plum. And this is such a pretty pink colour. It's got blue undertones, so it will make your teeth look nice and white. And I love the packaging for these. I just think it's so cute. These stays on a really long time, and yeah. And I think when you've got a bright lip colour, you don't necessarily want to get one from the high-end places because you don't wear a bright lip that often, and you don't want it to go off before you use it all when you're spending kind of £20 on one. So this is fantastic. And the Popsticks, I love this. When you've got it in the light, you can see through it, and it really does look like a nice lolly. And it smells like sweets as well, I just want to eat it. And this gives a really nice natural colour. I haven't seen anything like this before, and this is really nice. It's kind of like a tinted lip balm, but it's in a lipstick shape, so I really like that. It's nice and easy to carry around. Definitely recommend these. They're really good, and they're definitely worth the money because they're not actually a lot. Lastly, because Rimmel has to feature in every single one of these categories obviously, I have the Rimmel Kate lipstick in 107, and this is definitely one that I wear more winter and autumn time because it is a darker colour. It's like that, but I love this. All of the Rimmel lipsticks are fantastic. They don't smell the best, but you don't buy them to sniff them, so it doesn't really matter. This, oh, just threw it away. This stays on for a really long time. They're definitely worth the money, and if you haven't tried them, I definitely recommend them. They've got them in loads and loads of different shades. They've got them from neutral to the darker ones like this one, depending on what is your taste. So I'll definitely go and have a look, test a few and see what you think. So that is it. That concludes my top drugstore products. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to comment down below what your drugstore favourites are, and I can always check those out. Subscribe to my channel for more videos and like this video if you did, and I will see you in my next one.